Hi, I'm Benjamin, and I've been cycling across Alaska for the past 41 days. I just arrived in Canada to the town of Haines Junction. From here, the road splits, but instead of continuing along the Alaska Highway, I decided to detour to the south along what is known as the Golden Circle route. This road dips back into the Alaska Panhandle before coming back up into Canada via a short ferry along the Alaska Marine Highway system. Following along the edge of the largest protected landmass in the world, this route through the temperate rainforests of coastal Alaska is known for its incredible scenery and wildlife. We had a nice rest day, but now we are back on the road. It feels good to be back on the bike after a day off, I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna be taking this road here, the Haines Road, down back into Alaska. This is part of a route that they call the Golden Circle. Everybody's told me how beautiful it is and that I have to check it out, so let's go see what this Golden Circle is all about. Came up the biggest climb of the day, nice like 140 meters coming right out of Haines Junction. And then the next thing I know, we're still climbing, but it's just like very not steep. And there's a tailwind, so we're going fast. We're cruising right now. There's a lot of hiking trails along this road that lead into Kluane National Park, so it's really beautiful. It's a good day when you're going 20k an hour up a hill. Let's go. So I just pulled up to this hiking trail, and a couple that just came out really recommended it. It's only 1 mile long, so we're gonna take a look and see how it is. I still got a while to go on the bike, but whatever. It gets dark way late, it's fine. And this looks pretty so far, let's see. So I thought when this trail was called the Rock Glacier Trail, I thought it was like the name of the glacier was Rock Glacier. As it turns out, a rock glacier is a glacier made out of rocks, and that the trail is climbing up onto this glacier that's made of rocks, hence the name, Rock Glacier. After a quick hike, I was back on the road where I encountered the first wildlife of the route. So that was bear number 2. That van helped me pass him pretty easy, so I didn't have to worry about him. He was bigger than the other one I saw, I think, but a little bit off to the side of the road, not really approaching me. He was scared of the car and me, so we were good. The next morning, I took another brief stop to see a waterfall. I had recorded an intro to the day here, but all you can hear in the clip is the waterfall, so this voiceover will have to do instead. Anyways, my plan for the day was to begin a big climb up to the Haines Highway summit, so that the following day would be one with a massive downhill ride. Another big milestone here, not really that interesting of a sign, but we are crossing into British Columbia, our second province of Canada. Yukon gets way better signs. What's up with that? Well, we've got good news and bad news. The bad news is that we have a bad headwind today, so progress is actually pretty slow. But the good news is that headwind blew out all of the smoke, and it's super clear now, and we've got some amazing views. Headwind sucks. It's the like pedal downhill kind of headwind. I can ride in a headwind. I can go up hills. I can't go up big hills in a headwind. We're pushing it this time. It's been a while since I've had to push it. But geez, this day is getting tough. The further up the road I got, the more the snow-covered mountains began to show themselves. This is actually kind of reminiscent of the Brooks Range. This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen biking. It's just like a free cabin that's maintained by visitors that people just come in, leave stuff for you to use. You're supposed to bring stuff if you can, do whatever you can to keep it in good shape. And it actually is pretty amazing what there is for free in here. Let me show you what they've got. So down here, we've got tire patches. We've got some chain lube in a little bottle. We even have some brake pads, which is pretty cool, a tire lever. Is this spare tubes for a bike even? Unbelievable. We've got a whole couch back here and it looks like a pretty good place to lay down and take a nap. There's water, just if you need water, it's there for an emergency. Fuel canisters, there's a bunch more down there. We've got utensils. And then here we even have like some food has been left. So some green beans, chickpeas in a can, looks like some tuna in a can. It would have been a neat place to stay in the little green shack, but the day was still young and I had elevation to gain. Even the climbing into a headwind couldn't take away from the enjoyment of the landscapes ahead. I pitched my tent just underneath the summit in a field of grass to get ready for the next day's descent. Good morning. It is currently 35 kilometers to the US Customs and about 100 kilometers to Haines. It's gonna be maybe the first century of the whole trip, which is actually kind of cool. I'm currently at exactly 1,000 meters elevation. We're gonna go up to about 1,070, and then from there, Haines is on the sea, so it's at sea level. It's just gonna be straight down, so hopefully we're gonna be cruising way faster than yesterday. There's a little bit of a wind still, and it's very cold, so you can see I've got my jacket on, but it's beautiful out here, man. It is beautiful. It feels like I'm on a different planet right now. This is it. We are at the summit of the Haines Highway. From here, it's all downhill. This says 1,070 meters. Haines is sitting on the sea. It's at sea level. We're gonna go all the way down. This should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to this one. It is a little bit rainy up here, which is a little not great, but we're just gonna deal with it. I think it's gonna be fine. I think we're just like in the clouds. It's gonna clear up. Yeah, it's gonna be a great ride. Here we go, descending from the summit on Haines Pass. It's gonna be a long way down. I'm so ready for this. I had such hard days the past 2 days. We're ready to cruise. Well, this is not ideal. This changed pretty quickly, and now we are pretty fogged up. We can't really see anything. It's flat for a while, and then it's gonna start going back down. I'm hoping once we go down, it's gonna really clear up. But I don't know, it's getting denser. It's not fun. As my elevation rapidly descended, the rain and clouds lifted, slowly revealing the mountains. Oh my goodness. And just like that, I am back in the United States. I'm back in Alaska. I do believe that the rest of the day, we pretty much just followed this river here, and the river is flowing downhill. So that means we're mostly downhill, straight to the coast, and then we'll be in Haines. It's looking like another 50K, 30 miles. The clouds have been parting a little bit, and I'm just finally seeing these mountains now, and they're beautiful. It's amazing how green the sides of these mountains are. And then you also have like the glaciers coming down. You've got the river here. This place is incredible. So this whole area back here is a big eagle sanctuary. Every fall, a bunch of salmon swim up this river to mate and lay their eggs or whatever. And because there's so much salmon, that's free food for the eagles. So during that time, thousands of eagles come down and they just feast on the salmon back here. I found an eagle. I'm in a no stopping rock slide zone, but you know, what are you gonna do? There he goes up over the mountains. Oh, that's so cool. So we're just passed through Haines, got some grocery shopping done, took Trundle into the bike shop. We got a new chain. I think in Skagway we're gonna get a new cassette. This weekend is actually the weekend of the Southeast Alaska State Fair. And so the whole town was hopping, a little bit of a madness. So I'm kind of just getting out of there as quick as I can and going north to the ferry terminal. For some reason, the State Fair crowds all set up camp in the middle of town. So by riding just a couple miles north, I found a nice spot right on the sea all to myself. The winds that had been slowing me down for the past few days were as strong as ever right on the sea, but my tent stood up to the test. From camp, it was a short ride to the ferry terminal in the morning. I'm here at the fast ferry dock. I think it's this one, I don't know. But we're gonna go from here up to Skagway. Boat leaves in about an hour, a little bit less than an hour, so we're kind of chilling for a little bit. And then from Skagway, we're going straight back up into Canada. The fast ferry is for pedestrians and cyclists only, and makes the trip up to Skagway in just 45 minutes. It's a beautiful ride along the coastal mountains. We've arrived in Skagway. First things first, we're gonna go and try to find the bike shop. We're gonna try to get a new cassette for the bike, and then we're gonna make our way north up into Canada. It's gonna be a huge mountain to climb, about 1,000 meters high. But supposedly this is gonna be a big tailwind, so we're gonna hope that makes it a little bit easier, but I'm expecting it to be a pretty tough climb today. The town of Skagway was pretty cool itself. Because it is a port for cruise ships, there was a ton of international travelers shopping the streets. With tons of museums, gift shops, cafes, and restaurants, Skagway would make a pretty sweet stop for a cruise ship passenger. Massive shout outs to the people over at Sockeye Cycles in both Haines and Skagway. They hooked me up. New chain, new cassette. They gave me a shower in Skagway. That was like the most unexpected thing. I literally walked into the bike shop and they're like, hey, you want to take a shower? And I'm like, yeah, that sounds pretty good to me. So seriously, shout out to them. If you're touring through the Golden Circle route, you got to go check them out. Link in the description below. Excellent service, excellent people. Can't recommend them enough. Not gonna lie, this is the last thing you want to see. You probably can't read it, but this is one climb, 18.5 kilometers long. 1,048 meters climbing. We're going way up. That's all I'm doing today, is just this 18K. Probably a little bit more to the border or whatever, but we're just doing the climb and that's it. This is definitely the longest and hardest climb of the journey so far, but the views are not too bad. That headwind I've been fighting for the past 3 days is now my best friend. It's a tailwind helping to push me up this mountain. I came up all this way and we're still going up. We're actually only about halfway. We're not close to the Alpine yet. I'm getting up to the cloud line now. It's getting a lot colder. It's still really windy, which is kind of helping, but yeah, it's pretty amazing up here. Let me show you the view. This is it. This is the top. We've officially done it. We've climbed up to 1,000 meters. You guys made it. It looked really quick for you guys, but for me, it was a bit of a struggle. Not struggle, but it just took a lot of time. Summit elevation 3,292 feet, or approximately 1,004 meters apparently. The border crossing is just up ahead, and then we're gonna cook some dinner. I'm very hungry. And just like that, we are officially back in Canada. All right, looks like this is gonna be camp for tonight. It's basically just a big pullout. I'm kind of in no man's land where I've left the US, but I haven't gone through Canadian customs yet. But I just climbed up a giant mountain, so I don't feel like going very far. So yeah, this is what we got. There could be a view maybe if these clouds clear out. It looks pretty cool, but it is what it is. We've just got like a big lot. We've got some toilets behind me, and we've got also garbage cans. So it's got what we need. Cooking some food now, and then we're just gonna set up somewhere. It's very windy up here though. Right now, not too bad, but the gusts come through. It's pretty cold last night, around 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and I've just been in this cloud the whole time. And so it's been wet, it's just the air is damp, and so it felt even colder than it was. I'm finally going down this way now and I start to see some blue skies. I think we're gonna get past customs, get downhill a little bit further, and then it's probably gonna warm up a lot. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Hopefully it's gonna get warmer. Hopefully it's gonna get nicer, and I'm very excited to be back in Canada. All right, we just got through customs, pretty quick and easy. Now we're just heading up north towards Carcross. It's warming up a lot already, which is really nice. The sun's coming out. We're getting to lower elevations. So yeah, hopefully we get a continuous nice day here. Just a couple days ago, there was a big landslide just up ahead. This landslide was about 6 kilometers long or something like that, and it shut down the whole road for a couple days. I was out of cell service and I had no idea this happened, but fortunately they were able to clear out 1 lane of traffic in the past couple days, and it's just reopened. There's a pilot vehicle that'll take me through, I think, so we're gonna see how this is. It should be coming up just a little bit ahead. Once again, I loaded my bike up into the back of a pilot car for a ride through the landslide. It was pretty impressive to see how much progress had been made so quickly despite the limited resources of the north. Tourism is such a huge part of the economy of this region, so opening the road for tourists to come further up into Canada was a top priority. Quick pilot car ride done, not very long, maybe about 5K. And there's this beautiful lake to my side. I'm gonna try to find a spot and just park up on this lake for a little bit, dry the tent out, maybe get some snacks, and just enjoy the views. This is incredible back here. While chilling down by the lake, the clouds slowly cleared out for a beautiful day of riding. Wow. This is gorgeous. Views like this and a huge tailwind, it doesn't get much better than this for cycling. Between the big tailwind and mostly downhill roads, I made quick progress through this beautiful region, including hitting my trip high-speed record of 64 kilometers per hour. It wouldn't be long before arriving into the town of Carcross. Sometimes these are the best spots to cook for the night. We've got outlets here, charging some power banks. We've got shade, and it's blocking all the wind. So we got power banks charging over there, power banks charging over here, and we've got our water boiling down here. This is perfect. And just like that, my ride along the Golden Circle was over. Despite the challenging climbs and intense headwinds, I had such a good time riding these roads. I went a bit out of my way to see these views, but I'm so glad that I did. Camping on the beach of Bennett Lake was the perfect conclusion to this chapter of my adventure. From here, it's back to the Alaska Highway, from which I can connect to the next even more remote road, the Stewart-Cassiar Highway. But of course, that's just a story for next time. Special thanks once again to Reed Ploss for supporting on Patreon. If you enjoy the videos and want to see more frequent and higher quality uploads, consider supporting for as little as $1 per month. Proceeds will help me book hotel rooms to edit in and keep the adventure alive. Thanks for watching.